This area is incredibly interesting. I'm walking up Longbeach Blvd this way toward Compton, which is probably, in my estimation, about 10 kilometers that way. And I've been wanting to do this walk since I got here. Keep going up this way. Oh yeah, okay, I can walk now. Okay, oh, I understand that the part of the contradiction is that filming this doesn't compare to being here in person at all. But it's my video journal of sorts, and it's really fascinating here. Oh, thank you. Alright. Okay. So look up this way. That's terrific. I'm trying my clothes today. Well, just pretty for Michelle's conference. Been a bit wobbly. I turned up there the last few days in shorts, and it's really hot. It's summer, and so I turned up in shorts and t-shirt for the last few days, just out of circumstance, not as a planned thing. And a couple of them looked at me like I was riff-raff. And so I turned up in my pretty clothes today, but changed. I had a couple of options to stay for the day, and I was invited to stay for the day, but I really want to get out and walk these streets. I really want to walk these streets, and so it comes down to me wanting to walk these streets. That's what it comes down to. And I don't want to walk around. Unfortunately, this bag is a little heavy, but you know. Oh, I could have left it. Yes, I could have left it there at the Western Conference headquarters. But the thing with that was that get changed in the bathroom as I did, and then carry this bag back into Michelle. But then the officials of they see that I've changed clothes, and I kind of didn't want them to see that I changed clothes to go out frolicking about. So I'm like, I left, went into the restroom, changed, walked out of the hotel, they didn't see me. I just really want to explore town. Oh, and by the way, the woman the head woman of the conference, she said, now feel free to go out and explore, but don't go north. That's bad. She said, that's kind of rough. Don't do that. Feel free to go east. Feel free to go right. You'll see the nice mansions. And Michelle looked at me and Michelle said, she shouldn't have said that. She shouldn't be telling people that. So that's where I'm headed. I'm headed north. Exactly where I'm headed. She said, don't go north. Stay in the pretty places. Well, to me this is pretty. And I'm like, she shouldn't, fearful, paranoid people. And she shouldn't be telling people that. It's right now in Sydney it's cold. And I've never been into this territory ever before. Never been into this territory before. I've looked at it on the map, and I'm very unfamiliar with here. It's similar to Hollywood. I could have filmed a great deal over the past few days, but I was just doing things. I'm just doing things which I could have filmed, and I can film, but I don't want to. ironically don't want to be filming every second, which I could do, document everything, which would be fantastic, but there's only a certain amount of time that I kind of really want to hold the camera up and then just be able to relax and walk, and my arm gets incredibly sore. I wouldn't be a good lighting guy. I don't think I'd be a good lighting person for a scene because it takes a lot of stamina. I tried that at TAFE. Geez, that takes a lot of stamina. Your arm can almost fall off at certain points if you're but it's arm can, it can. Oh, look, isn't this great? There's a supermarket, grocery store over there, and the metro system here is wonderful. It's terrific. Beautiful summer, freezing in Sydney, and freezing Sydney winter in Sydney, and summer in Los Angeles, Long Beach. I'm going to turn the camera off soon because I want to relax for a bit. I was wondering how far apart these stations were. They're about 1 kilometre or so. I just want to turn the camera off soon because this bag's so heavy, but I just kind of didn't want them to see that I'd changed into summer gear. Who cares what people think, right? But I just didn't want her to see that I'd trained and ducked and just didn't want her to see that. I'm going to turn this camera off. I have to just film this. There's a woman over there singing and it's... Whew. I'm just going to film her for a moment. Thought it came from the metro, but it's not. I'm on the corner of Pacific Coast Highway and... well, I'm here at McDonald's, but yeah. Spoke to a girl down there. She's not from here, she's from up north in California, but she's here for a while and said hello to me, so I said hello back. Yeah, heading this way. So, let me guess, the woman at the conference, I don't think she'd be walking this way. She's don't go north, Dad, don't go north. It's like, shouldn't tell people that. The Metro 60 goes along here. Metro 60. Turn this off again for a while. Oh, before I didn't have lighting point, but a sound guy has to hold the microphone up for a long period of time, so not the lighting guy, the sound guy.
Line. This train's final destination is Union Station in downtown LA. Your safety is our top priority. Please remember to keep valuables and money out of sight. Report any issues by calling the Metro Security Hotline. Luther King Jr. Transit Pack. Your attention, please. Smoking, eating, and drinking are prohibited on Metro Rail. In consideration of other passengers, do not place your feet on seats in train or seats located in the stations. Thank you. Now arriving, Compton Station. Exit here for the Martin Luther King Jr. Transit Pack. Your attention, please. Smoking. Your attention, please. Smoking, eating, and drinking are prohibited on Metro Rail. In consideration of other passengers, do not place your feet on seats in train or seats located in the stations. Thank you. Attention, please. Smoking, eating, and drinking are prohibited on Metro Rail. In consideration of other passengers, do not place your feet on seats in train or seats located in the stations. Thank you. Please stand clear. The doors are closing. Welcome aboard the Metro A Line. This train's final destination is Union Station in downtown LA. We're on this ride together, so please don't play loud music, block the aisles or exits, or take up more than one seat. Park bikes in designated areas, and to help us get you there on time, please don't hold the doors open. The next stop is 103rd Street, Wattower Station. Now arriving, 103rd Street, Wattower Station. Please stand clear. The doors are closing. Your safety is our top priority. Please remember to keep valuables and money out of sight. Report any issues by calling the Metro Security Hotline at 888-950-STATE. Or by using the LA Metro Transit Watch app. If you see something, say something. The next stop is Firestone Station.
I was on the subway. I didn't get all the way to Union Station because I wanted to get back during daylight. Very hot day, probably about 30 degrees. I went a lot of the way into downtown. I got off about 3 stops before Union Station. I wasn't going to film it. There were people around. People tend to get uncomfortable when someone's filming, so I just didn't film it. Went past Compton and Watts. I gotta tell you, Compton and Watts. I've seen quite a few documentaries on Compton and Watts. I tell you, Compton and Watts seemed like standard LA suburbs. In passing by, you wouldn't know or realise that there was gang territory. Very interesting, fascinating to pass by, and very calm seeming. I wasn't confident enough to alight and walk around. I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave that alone. But yeah, fascinating, interesting. Downtown LA is colourful, very Spanish orientated, and what a very who are just a very interesting mob of people on the train who are nothing like us whatsoever back in Sydney. It's a very different culture here. It's just, how do you describe a different culture? As I said, they're very they look like they're from LA. They look like that. They're a unique look to them, a unique feel, and a very interesting crossbreed of people. They're unique. And so I'm walking back now. This way, I'm walking back toward downtown Long Beach. I first got on the train at the subway at Willow station, and I exited on the way back at Willow. So yeah, I did it. I got the subway most of the way to Union. I just really wanted to make sure I got back during daytime. It was very important I got back during daytime. And yes, I'm going to pause the camera. I just need to add this. I went back to the Western, got changed and walked in, and it was I'd been wearing this all day. But I walked out there because I felt a bit claustrophobic. There's a speaker on at the moment. Just the atmosphere makes me a bit claustrophobic. Now, in regard to passing through Watts and Compton today, it was unique, and I keep using that word, but it was unassuming. It was very unassuming. I mean, it looked like Watts. The station area was very quiet. There was a couple of people around. It was very quiet. Very quiet. So was Compton. Compton was very quiet. Watts was very quiet. It was almost as though I could get out and have a walk around, but I decided that I wouldn't. Hey, you think I look swanky? I decided I wouldn't do that because I was actually a bit nervous around some of the areas there on the subway. A little nervous. I was like, this be cool. Everyone was very calm in their own way, and yeah, I greatly enjoyed riding the subway. Yeah, Watts and Compton were very unassuming. I mean, they looked like Watts and Compton. They did. I guess I thought there's going to be a lot of homeboys and whatnot there. But 2 blocks from the station is where it starts apparently. But because the station is public, or a lot of people use it, therefore I think it's like a almost neutral zone. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just passed through there and it was quiet. Okay. Hello. By the way, I just purchased this. $6.66 it was. I said, I'll have that. That's a nice price. I'll have that. I went inside that liquor store. Now, liquor license. I got talking to a local inside. Briefly, because I pulled out my wallet, I had Australian dollars in there, and I went to show it to a customer. Now, back in Sydney, people would be like, "What the fuck do you want?" Yeah, generally, like, you know, if you might say something to a local, or if you say something in particular, they might say, "What the fuck do you want, mate? Fuck off." I've approached quite a few locals over here, and I've had a 99% success rate. I spoke to a few locals today. I spoke to a girl in her mid to late 20s up along Longbeach Blvd, and I spoke with her for a couple of minutes, and I was well. What happens is he realised my accent, which is it's not really a strong one because I'm in a city. I don't do the English accent, but I'm in a city, and so they they find that a bit fascinating. And so I spoke to this girl for a couple of minutes, had a good conversation with her, and I spoke with this guy just outside. I approached him just outside the liquor store, and I approached this guy, and at first he was like, oh, like he was like, okay, like he wasn't threatened, or I said, oh, excuse me, mate. I said, sorry, inside. I was just trying to show you some Australian dollars. He said, oh. And he touched the money. He said, oh man, your money's weird. He said, your money's interesting. He didn't say weird. He said, your money's interesting. And I showed him a $20 note and a $5 note. And we had a bit of a conversation. He's very, very interested in going down to Sydney, Australia, and he has an opportunity to do that soon. And I just said that I was really loved this area. And if I totally come around this way, that I really love this area. And he said, oh, it's corrupt here. He said, it's corrupt. You know, you got a lot of, you know, he said, you got, oh, I said, I just never been here before, like to this area. And he said, yeah, it's a bit of a bubble here. It's, you know, there's a lot of people who've got mental issues. He said, I'm a bit tired of it. And he said, yeah, it's, he said, just, he said, it's quite corrupt. See, to me it's new and fascinating. To me it's new and really interesting. But I've got to come in this way because there's a building on the other side of the road. I think it's quite interesting. I think it's really quite interesting. And this is a very nice park with some the locals here. I've spoken to both men and women are quite approachable. But same as, you know, when I spoke in one of my videos from a few months back, you know, talking to you know, 20-year-old women break the code. I think that's in everywhere. Although there's been actually, no, there's been a few women in their late 20s who I have spoken with here, but mainly people who are my age or a bit younger. I really like Longbeach. It's I like it. I still have my trauma from years ago, from not getting back here years ago, but I'm overcoming that now. I'm overcoming that, and it's all right. It's all right. I'm going to appreciate the moment, be grateful and thankful, which I am. Appreciate being in the moment, because my mind can wander, but be in the moment, and it's okay. It's okay, and it's wonderful here. I'll try not to use the word fascinating and unique, if I possibly can from now on. I might try to, perhaps instead of using those words, I might try to find a description about things. Swanky. Yes. Yeah. Look at that sun, that California sun. How am I going for? Oh, I'm good. Look at that California sun. It's, should I talk to this local? Oh, I don't know. One thing about turning 50, one thing was about turning... One thing about turning 50 is, I've approached so many people since I turned 50, so I don't give a fuck if they... and it's been mostly successful. People are quite willing to chat. Mainly my age group, and 10 years, 15 years junior, or 15 years senior. The older, the more they want to chat. And approaching a girl in the mid-20s to say hi, get the code. But anyway, yes. Yes, Long Beach, California.